Let's have a quick conversation about the WP engine when it comes to hosting. The question is it really an excellent tool or what? Let's talk about that. So let me give you the overview I want you to pay attention to here. So when we think about WP engine, I want you to think about a platform that's really great when it comes to web hosting, but it's really scalable also when it comes to the kind of functionality it gives you. What we love also about WP Engine is that it's always actually adding new improvements. So this is kind of cool. And but let's go a little deeper here. So when we talk about the WP Engine, what do we like here? So you have advanced custom panel control panel. You have advanced custom control panel. This is kind of cool. You have a platform that's hosted on high-end cloud infrastructure. You have top-tier security measures. You have helpful customer support, fast loading time, which is really important, especially if you have multiple websites. You have expert WordPress support. In some cases, this is really helpful. You have advanced security tools. I mean, the security tools are constantly being updated. So this adds another layer of security to WP Engine. You have one-click WordPress install, free SSL, CDN, and website backups. You have easy staging tools, and you have more than 10 to 15 premium themes. So this is really cool in terms of WP Engine. And what are the things that they should really improve on? Now, the thing is, in terms of price transparency, they got to really work on that. Right now, we're not really satisfied with what we see on the pricing end of things. And also, they have a relatively limited server resources, which could be a little problematic if you have multiple websites, especially with e-commerce. You have a complex domain management process. They need to really simplify things there, and there is no free domain. So when you think about the WP Engine, you got to really think about VIP WordPress hosting. And so there has some free hosting offers of fast and robust servers that can handle anything. I mean, anything. So when you think about your website, it is practically hacker-proof, and their mind-blowing customer service makes you feel like a king or a queen for that matter. So this is kind of cool. Overall, we love the fact that they offer automatic security updates, daily backups, one-click restore points, automatic caching, top-tier security, one-click staging area, and more. So fantastic. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. Let's talk quickly about the pricing. So when we think about WP Engine, I mean, are they transparent? Well, I said earlier before that they're not really transparent. I want you to look right now on the screen for me. Here, when we talk about the pricing, that's what you have now. You have the light, you have the startup, you have the professional, the growth, and the custom. So what they do is they really kind of scale back they scale their pricing based on the configuration that you have. Okay, now. For some people, that could be really interesting, but for us, when we analyze this pricing in detail, we'll realize it's not really clear. Let me give you an example. For example, they're telling you, they're charging you right now for a startup. If you have one site and 25,000 visits per month, you're paying $20, $20 per month. Okay. Now, what if you have a surge in the month or you have a drop in the month? Are they going to adjust the pricing for you? Now, this is not really clear. When we reach out to WP Engine and ask that very question, they weren't really sure. They didn't give us a straightforward answer. So what I want to say is that when you think about the WP Engine, you got to really think about a constellation of managed WordPress hosting plans with the prices that starts at about 13 to 15 bucks. And so this is kind of cool. And so when we talk about the hosting tab here, managed hosting is great for starting a growing website. If you have managed hosting plus, you have an additional ease of use. Here you have a platform or a plan, if you will, that adds automatic plugin updates with AI testing. Secure hosting, you have extra security, additional DDoS protection, and web application firewall with automatic plugin updates. And e-commerce hosting, this is basically you have e-commerce hosting, free WooCommerce store theme and templates. So this is kind of cool. Okay, and what I want to say here is that server resources might not seem like a lot, but keep in mind though that an average WordPress site will not take more than 5 gigabytes of storage, and well, unless you have a big online store to host. And so this is kind of cool. So overall, when we think about the pricing here, pretty straightforward, but it lacks transparency. They really have to change their pricing plan and really make it not really depending upon the number of visits you have, instead of another other factors such as, for instance, the configuration that you have, for instance, or the features that you want to get. So this will be more helpful. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about WP Engine web hosting. I want to talk to you about the value added here. So when we talk about WP Engine, what kind of value added are we speaking about here? Well, first of all, is it easy to use? Well, yes, it is. It's really particular to use. You have to understand. WP Engine is more advanced than regular shared hosting options. So for this reason, some of the tasks are not done automatically, but the explanations are placed everywhere you go. So while more advanced, WP Engine still delivers in terms of ease of use. So this is kind of cool. And in terms of UX and UI, fantastic. The control panel is looking really good. So this is great. The dashboard is pretty clean and organized. So you actually have a clear idea what to do. As soon as you log into the platform, you have a clear idea what you have to do. And so you will find the tools and features you need to manage your site. And so this is kind of cool. You also find your site stats. So things like number of sites, total visits, and projected visits is kind of cool. In terms of those resources, those metrics, those stats are kind of cool to track growth in your resource usage. So this is we love that. And so WP Engine particularly though doesn't include emails in its plans. So this is kind of odd and disappointing in our view, because when you think about right now we have all the other players in the market, they do add that. And so you can add a WordPress website to your WP Engine platform or dashboard, if you will. Really, really easy, nothing complicated. And so you can also add a domain name with WP Engine. The thing is, the process is very straightforward. You have a series of questions and answers that really guide you through the process. You can also install SSL with WP Engine, not a problem. It's pretty straightforward. And you also have you have a dev, stage, and prod environment. They're all really good. So, and especially when it comes to workflow management. So for instance, development, this environment is a sandbox for website building. For staging, this is mostly used as a copy of your live website where you can test out and introduce changes. And for production, the live version of your site, this is where you will push the changes to if you are happy with them. So you can see that the WP Engine is sort of helping you stage and clarify your work process. This is really good. Let's talk about speed here. So is WP Engine really fast? Let's talk about speed, performance, and so on and so forth. Well, the thing is that it really depends. So it's one of those things where you have to look at a few things. Let's first talk about WP Engine uptime and response time. So their reliability is absolutely remarkable in our view. And so you are talking about 100%, close to 100% uptime. So this is kind of really good. Server response time is also good, averaging at 489 milliseconds. And so this is kind of really good. And what I want to say here is that we love the fact that they are pretty stable. And so the difference, the maximum, when we tested the server, the difference between the maximum and minimum response times was just about 49 to 54 milliseconds. So this is as stable as hosting can get in our view. Let's talk about speed now. So uptime and response time, not a problem. Okay. What about speed here? Well, it's one of those things where speed also was pretty good when we tested it. They're relatively good. I mean, they're above relatively good. Okay, they are seriously impressive. This is kind of cool. And so WP Engine uses cloud. They use Google Cloud and Amazon Web Services server to host their services on. So this, when you really think about it, allows you to choose data center location from 20 different options. So data center choice gives you the possibility to get the website as close as possible to the targeted audience. This is kind of useful if you are focusing on optimizing speed. The closer the server is to the visitor, the faster the website can load. Think about it, okay? And it's one of those things where you have to be pretty strategic too. And also we tested, we did a stress testing. So this is kind of cool. It really works pretty well when it comes to a WP Engine. And this is really good. One thing I want to say is that when you are thinking about stress testing, you want to really understand that there are a constellation of possibilities, and you have to constantly do A/B testing to see which scenario really works better. Okay, so overall, WP Engine performance is great. So with 100% uptime and fast loading speed, in our view, it's one of the leading providers right now. Plus, it can easily handle as much traffic as it promises to. So this is really good. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about WP Engine web hosting. I want to talk to you about security. So the question is the WP Engine secure, right? And so what I want to say here is that WP Engine's plans all come with free Let's Encrypt SSL certificates. This is a great option for the majority of websites. Plus, if you have multiple subdomains and need more advanced security, other options are there too. So this is kind of cool in terms of scalability, in terms of operational efficiency. And so this is good. So you have free SSL certificates. You have a server monitoring, threat detection, and prevention. So for starters, the provider monitors the server performance and traffic, which really helps spot and prevent threats before they reach you. And a proprietary firewall is in place. So this is kind of cool in terms of security, in terms of stability also. And this firewall is actually designed to provide automatically, to actually direct good, bad, and malicious traffic. And it works on the least privileged base. Only approved apps and protocols can go through. However, if the provider declines like a certain app or a certain configuration, they will actually they'll let you know right away. So you have free SSL certificates, you have server monitoring, you have daily automatic backups. This is really cool also. This is a crucial layer of security because it can restore your website if needed. And when is it needed? Well, in cases there is a security issue, right? If a certain plugin update broke your site, or if you did it yourself by trying to implement changes. So this is really cool. So with WP Engine, you can actually you can create and access up to 40 backup points via the user portal. If you need older data, you can access up to 60 to 75 most recent backup points by getting in touch with their support team. And you also have global edge security. This is another important element. You have plugin management. So WP Engine has a list of disallowed plugins that either conflict with their own systems or are known to cause security issues. So this is really great. And you also have a reinforced account security. So from multi-factor authentication, MFA, to activity logs, WP Engine keeps not only the server, but also your account secure at all times. We're talking about at all times. So you have multi-factor authentication, you have account permissions, you have activity logs, and so on and so forth. So we like that. Let's talk about customer support here. I mean, can they really kind of help you out in terms of all their, not only in terms of technical assistance, but also overall assistance? Yes. So WP Engine offers a range of customer support options. So you can get in touch with the support team via 24/7 live chat, email, and even the phone, starting with professional. On top of that, that's what we love a lot. It also has an extensive resource center. And this is really cool. And so you have the ability to have someone who understands what's really happening. Again, when we talk about customer support, we're talking about operationally, but also technically. And what we have seen overall is that basically technical support is very knowledgeable. They'll let you know what's really happening. They will explain to you what was done, how it was done, and why. When you reach out to them, they have a rule of 24 to 72 hours to get back to you to answer to solve the solution. I mean, to solve the problem. And so this is really cool. What we love is that they also can reach out to you multiple ways. You're talking here about the email. You're talking about the phone. And sometimes they will do a live chat with you, whatever works for you. Their customer service will actually reach out to you. So what we found is that we found a pretty responsive customer service, pretty knowledgeable customer service. And so in our view, when you really think about WP Engine's customer support, for all intents and purposes, their customer support is exemplary. Okay, its agents are courteous, they are helpful, they're efficient, they're professional, and the well-supplied support center proves to be extremely useful as well. So this is kind of cool. One thing I want to say here is that when we talk about, it's just better to actually first it's better to go through the FAQ section because they have a pretty diverse and pretty rich FAQ section. So you kind of want to read through the questions and the answers and see if your concern is already addressed there before you reach out to customer service, because they've done a great job in terms of having questions pop up already, kind of help customers out. So if you think you have a problem, it's first good to go to that list to see if you find your answers there before you reach out to live customer support. Now let's talk about the premium WordPress themes. Now, WP Engine has a partnership with StudioPress, so all of its users have access to the Genesis framework and 35 to 45 premium themes. So this is really cool. What I want to say here is that when you think about the Genesis framework, it's essentially the foundation platform, if you will, on which you build your WordPress site. So in this case, the framework integrates various SEO, you have advanced security, you have performance features to actually basically give your site a boost. And that's what you want anyway. So this is kind of cool. The themes themselves are clean and on the minimalistic side. So this makes them very easy to customize, remove unneeded design elements and add new ones, adjust color palettes, headers, and more. Plus, the cool thing about the plugins is that they translate to the mobile version easily. So in terms of mobile design, in terms of responsiveness, really fantastic. Now, the only drawbacks that we have seen in our analysis here is that most of the themes look quite similar, and it will be really up to you to make the website unique. So we're talking here about you taking a step forward when it comes to customizing your website, okay? So what is our opinion here when it comes to WP Engine web hosting in general? Well, first of all, we think this is a great provider. We love the way they do the work, and so it's one of those things where they have, of course, they are strong in certain areas, and they can do better in other areas. For instance, pricing. Pricing is an area where they have to do some work in terms of transparency. So we think that this host is impressive. Yes, they have amazing performance. They have incredible extra features. They have comprehensive security measures. They have excellent customer support. But pricing is a place where they have to work on. Okay, and ease of use can be adjusted also. I mean, so when it comes to ease of use, the control panel and website management are great and modern. Some trouble is expected when adding a domain name, but the rest is as easy as with any hosting provider. Plus, you get 3 environments to work with. So ultimately, WP Engine, in our view, it's really an advanced solution offering many high-end tools already included together with great performance. So this makes it great for businesses, agencies, and developers focusing on WordPress. And so, but there are alternatives to WP Engine, just so you know. And so you have Bluehost, for instance. You have Hostinger, for instance. You have another player called Cloudways. So Cloudways is kind of cool in terms of offering you fully managed cloud hosting services for different applications, including WordPress. And this is a great platform for more experienced webmasters. And this is kind of cool. This Cloudways partners with 5 cloud infrastructure providers. And Hostinger is more on the cheapest end of things. And Hostinger, they prove that you don't have to spend a fortune to get good hosting. Its shared hosting plans start at a very affordable $2 to $3 per month. Fantastic. And Bluehost is one of the oldies in the industry. They actually they offer a variety of hosting solutions, but is WordPress focused. It is a far more affordable option and is also a great for beginners as well as those on a budget. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I spoke to you about WP Engine web hosting. So I gave you let's do a recap here. I gave you the overview, the pricing, the value added, and then we gave you our opinion. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.